how I signed a record deal at 16. So this is something I really want to talk about for all the aspiring artists who may be on this channel, who may be getting value from the podcast and the music I've been putting out, or really any of the content on this channel. So I attribute a lot of the success I had early on in life to two fundamental principles. One of them was unconscious, one of them was very much conscious, and there are two principles I want to talk to you about. So the first thing I will say is that as a young kid, maybe 9, 10 years old, I was pretty angsty kid, pretty angsty, kind of insecure, frustrated kid. And I had all this creative energy and sort of angst and rebellion that didn't really have a healthy outlet. And so I'd say at the age of 11 was the first time I realized that all of this energy could be kind of distilled and it could be kind of run through creativity and run through the creative process as an outlet, as a healthy kind of way of expressing yourself. And from that point onward, I realized that that was a form of healing and it was a form of therapy for me that was necessary. And so I became obsessed with honing my craft as a guitar player, became obsessed with reading from all the great writers and studying like what made them great and how can I be great, how can I be better than them. Same thing with guitar players, songwriters, bands, all of these things. And that was the point where I really kind of developed this ability unconsciously to sort of stoke the flame of enthusiasm in my imagination for all of the creative things I want to accomplish. I had this ability then to sort of constantly ruminate and dwell on all of the possibilities and all of the things that compel you to want to be great. You know, it's like perpetually being able to sustain that enthusiasm from failure to failure, I think is one of the core tenets of success in any field. And it's something I've read from some of my favorite authors, some of my favorite musicians, whatever the medium is. So that was something that I had very early on. And the second principle that I want to talk to you about is something that I recognized in the moment. So I'd say about the time I was 14 years old, I was playing in a band, things were going great, and that was sort of the dawn of social media. So MySpace was just beginning to be a thing, and immediately upon seeing MySpace and seeing how it broke the walls and it broke all of the different tiers of connection from artist to fan. It broke all those walls down. So it wasn't a case of like, you know, the artist has their manager, and then before their manager, it's their PR agent, and then before the PR agent is there's, you know, all these different chains of command. It broke all those chains down where it was literally just the artist and the fan. And immediately upon seeing this, even as a 14-year-old, I realized this is incredibly powerful. So what I would do is I kind of made a list of all of these things that I needed to accomplish throughout the day. And they would entail sort of maxing out, at that time, friend requests on MySpace, going through a lot of the people who were commenting, making sure I was kind of being involved with commenting on their pages and just keeping the sense of community alive from day to day. And from that, there was a momentum that was built from day to day where there was a lot of interest that was being generated online with the band. And I feel like it's the combination of these two elements, the unconscious element of being able to perpetually keep yourself enthusiastic about your creative goals and dreams and being willing to do anything that is necessary to get there, and also recognizing opportunity when they come up that I think are really compelling and inspiring and profound for new artists. And I know obviously the landscape has changed, right? So now MySpace is not even a thing really. It's Instagram, it's TikTok, it's, you know, all these different social media platforms. But I think the principles are the same, right? And I still think that there's wisdom and value there that people could benefit from. So I want to hear from you. Did this kind of open any insights into how you can approach your own creative existence or your creative sort of achievements, or how you can kind of go forward from this day on in a day-to-day situation? What can you do from day to day that will kind of emphasize these principles? You know, in what ways did this help? Please feel free to let me know in the comments. And if you like this content, would like more, please feel free to like and subscribe. And until next time, I hope these help you.